Hi everybody! My name is Jenny Thompson, and this is my big Pecha project. Pecha? The topic I'm covering for you guys today is something that's really near and dear to my heart. That is the game of Dungeons and Dragons. You know, the ancient game of rolling dice, exploring mazes, slaying dragons, all of that just kind of insanity. Last fall, I ran my first game. You can see it here. It was pretty fun. It was kind of like my crash course in the ways of the Dungeon Master. Got together friends, we fought demons, we fought bandits, we fought bad guys from Zelda, we fought the evil sorcerer Archimus, its evil plot to destroy all of the world's heroes, yada yada yada. It was elaborate, it was a mess. It wasn't the cleanest campaign I could have run, but, you know, we did survive, kind of. One of my players died 3 times, but that's beside the point. I've been really hesitant to get back in the Dungeon Master throne since. But I figured maybe if I shared what I learned with you guys, we could all kind of, you know, reflect on my experiences and maybe learn something from it. So yeah, let's do that. My first big tip is, you know, before the game even starts, make sure you have a really diverse cast of characters. Not just, you know, your tank, your healer, your DPS, whatever. Those are nice to have, but not necessarily the most important thing that I'm talking about right now. Excuse me. What I'm really talking about is, you know, obviously you want to make sure you have lots of different classes and races that can all kind of get along with each other. One of my players got sacrificed because he was the only non-elf in the party. That wasn't fun. But more importantly, mix up the experience. Because if you have a lot of players, especially if they're new, it is just magical to have somebody who really knows what they're doing. Speaking of knowing what you're doing, read your books. Read your books. You see how many there are? Read your books. 1,000 times if you have to. The better you know your system, the less you'll be kind of like fumbling around like, oh, I don't know what this rule is. Come on, you don't want to be that annoying guy that's constantly looking stuff up and just totally ruining the flow of the game, right? I'll share a story with you guys. My team was off to fight the evil Glabezu. It was this demon that was torturing the town, hungry for sacrifice, and it was supposed to be this big, epic battle, right? You know, good versus evil, strength and morals, and then my players decided, you know what? We're not going to do that. Because that would have been too easy, right? Right. So, yeah. Because I didn't know what language to be spoke, and I didn't know how the rules of the bards work, my team actually sweet-talked the giant dragon, named it Zoidberg, and then brought it with them to go crush the final boss in the next session that we had. Not what I wanted to happen, right? But yeah, read your books like 1,000 times. Don't get duped by sneaky players. And that'll bring me to my next point. Be ready for madness. You know, the game kind of has a stereotype for being really dark and serious and yada yada, but it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, why would you fight the giant dragon on the mountain when you can roll a natural 20 and seduce it with the Nutella you had in your bag? It happened. It happened. So yeah, that's my next tip. Always, 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 always have a backup plan. And then have a backup plan for that backup plan. If I stress that enough, have a backup plan. Because things are never going to go the way you want them to. I mean, you don't want to ruin the fun by being like, okay, guys, I don't want you to be here just yet, so, like, leave. I'll tell you another funny story I had. So, I planted an NPC in the tavern, right? Just a, you know, little flavor text, a few little hints, you know, about the big epic final battle that was supposed to have zombies and be this big... That didn't happen, whatever. Within 5 minutes of finding this NPC, my team had murdered him, looted his corpse, found an imaginary diary that wasn't there, and made me give up half the storyline in the first day. Kind of along those lines, yeah, your party is going to find ways around your stuff, and they should. They should always win, because they're going to get really angry if you just throw stuff at them that's just going to kill them. Trust me, mine were not happy with how badly the Zoidberg fight was supposed to go. The game should be really hard, but it shouldn't be unwinnable. You know, don't be afraid to have a little mercy. One more story, maybe I'll stop. So we were like 10 minutes into a session. One of my players was using a new character, because the last one died and all of this team stole stuff. So he crit failed on a common sense roll, then charged off, and he ran into this giant spider queen that was just like, welcome to my lair, and then was about to eat him. So that wouldn't have been fun, right? I mean, he went through all the work of making a new character, and then it just got eaten by a giant spider 10 minutes into his first session. And what fun would that be? So yeah, I spared him, and then his teammates sacrificed him to a dragon in the next session, because that stuff just happens. So yeah, just be nice to your players. They'll make it fun for you. That being said, I mean, dying isn't such a big deal. Sometimes it's not, like, even a good thing, because, like, one of my players really hated their character, so they were just like, I'm just gonna throw myself at this plant beast if that's cool with you. And it was kind of cool with me. He made a new character, and he was a lot happier with it. So yeah, it seems kind of mean to like put all these death traps around, but you know, they're fun. I probably should have made this note earlier, but that's a thing too. Help your players with character creation, especially if they're new and they don't know what they're doing. You know, even the experienced players could use with a little, like, here's what we're going to do, kind of, without giving everything away, so just, like, you might want to look at some of these things, hint, hint. Because they will find ways to kind of just beat the crap out of you and your story. Did I mention the thing about the backup plan, and the backup plan for the backup plan? You know, if you take one thing away from this, have backup plans. Because even if it's just coming up with a side quest to kill time, the more backup plans you have, the less kind of stuttering there's going to be. I know I'm kind of like rambling on about how hard it is and how you have to back up plans and all this stuff, but really, like, the big thing is no matter what happens, at the end of the day, you and your friends are there to play a game and have fun. I mean, that's the goal of any game, right? It's not just to win and make sure everything goes perfectly, it's just to have fun. Yeah, so whether it's, like, you know, dark, serious plots with political intrigue, gritty emotions, or it's just fight this giant gazebo, you know, just don't take it too hard and, you know, take a deep breath. If you're having fun and your people are having fun, then everybody's having fun and you're doing a good job. That's my presentation. Did I get through it without making a complete idiot out of myself besides the LARP costume I'm wearing? Whatever, I hope you guys learned something. Even if you didn't, I hope I embarrassed myself and you got a good laugh out of it. I think I gotta go slay some dragons, so I'm gonna go. Later! Where's my dice?